Hello everyone, I am Oracle Unicorn and welcome to Twin Flame Shaman Messages. Please keep in mind this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest, put some things in your back pocket. You never know, you might need it for later. Okay. Okay, so I have, I need to put it down a little more. All right, so I have a blue unicorn over here for the masculine energies, and I have a purple unicorn over here for the feminine energies, all right? And then I have a necklace representing the energies, the energy of the connection. Yes, that part. Okay, I feel it's going through this inner transformation that is literally creating an inevitable change. Because for the masculines, you all have a point of view shift, like totally 180, completely different way of looking at things. And then this, there's like a quick discernment going on with the feminine about something. So possibly making a quick, fast change, quick, fast decision about something, and it's creating an irreversible, not inevitable, but maybe inevitable as well, an irreversible change, okay? So this is like a change that is going to be set for the next years to come. So, now for the feminine, we see as like the heart definitely being healed. The feminine energies are definitely healing the pain of certain things that have been come up recently. And I feel that's why if you're still in separation, or if you live together and you feel separate from each other, it's because there's some more things in like the heartfelt emotions and ties from the past, okay? And so you opening your heart and working on opening your heart more and tuning more into your sense of direction with what triggers your heartfelt emotions. And that's why you're going through allowing yourself to still have an open heart, but understanding how to kind of have a sense of boundary so that with an open heart, it's not so easily for the wrong people to damage it or to kind of like set you back to have to heal something else. And so it's making it to where you don't have to constantly go through that cycle. You're actually being able to ground and open yourself up, keep yourself open, and put walls up every time someone kind of triggers you in a negative way that pulls your spirit down. Instead of it pulling your spirit down, you literally like with your energy, you like snap and a wall goes up. And you literally tell yourself and sit with yourself, especially if you're a very sensitive person. You sit with yourself and you let yourself know, don't take it personally. Do not take it personally. They're going through whatever healing they're going through, possibly reflecting upon you certain things that maybe you are starting to open up to more because of being more open with your heart. So starting to open up to certain things a little more. It happened with me. So it was pretty rough. It almost literally made it where I wasn't going to do a reading today, but I was like, no, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. And so this is this being able to like receive love and give love in a healthier perspective. Like it's interesting. And this person I feel is following you, like following in your example, because not like literally following you, but following in your example, like being able to really see this hidden knowledge and they're taking a retreat right now to listen to their inside wisdom about this connection, because it is an irreversible change. So I feel the masculine is kind of in a hermit-like energy, like sitting in with the self. And the feminine's doing it too, but the feminine's doing it in a different way. The feminine's doing it in a way to be able to feel secure in keeping her heart open and knowing how to protect that energy and still keep it open. And the masculine's energy is like, kind of like watching and following in that example, but yet shaping it in their own kind of way. Like, kind of like hers is not as much hermit energy, and it's dealing with other people. His is literally stepping away from everyone and going completely alone and inward and looking at everything and listening and feeling like what's being triggered inside of them as they're like, it's almost like having one of the picture things, like going through all these like memories about things and kind of coming to certain conclusions with themselves and how they feel about it and what direction they personally with their heart want to go that would be happier for them. Because I feel that the masculines are literally going through this just to like know truthfully within their own heart that yes, this is their heart's desires as well. And I feel that's what's really going to open the feminine up even more once this really kind of comes into play. Okay. And I just saw the healing card, healing of mind, body, and soul. So I feel when this like sense of reunion, like, because this is for those that's like, you know and feel that you've met this person from like the past. Okay, here's this expression card coming out to be able to express this person's wisdom and conscious knowledge, the unconditional giving. Yeah, expression. And 2 expression cards, by the way. One of them coming out from the shadows, which is interesting. Now the feminine is going to literally mirror back kind of like caution and some fears that are there, and possibly express this too. And this masculine is going to be able to stand in their power to emotionally be able to heal and secure the feminine, because of the feminine going to be able to see the levels of understanding, consciousness. It's going to come out naturally for them, and the feminine's just going to be able to see that. She's going to be able to feel it, see it, and some things are going to be, cautious, but at the same time there's this balancing energy of unconditionally giving and unconditionally receiving. I feel the reasoning, the masculine's reasoning beforehand, and how they've came to now with this sense of enlightenment, like an enlightening card of their awakening in a sense. And I feel being able to see the web of their own life just as much as the feminine's able to, like now. I personally feel that now. And if it's vice versa for you, go with that. Because you may be the feminine, that feminine may be in a more masculine energy and kind of live life in a more masculine way, and that masculine can be in a more of a feminine like energy, and really go in their life and their journeys in more of a feminine like way. So this is why it's like masculine energy, feminine energy. If you resonate more with the masculine sense of energy, you probably have a lot more masculine energy within you than you really do feminine, and that's why your masculine has more feminine energy than they do masculine, because that's how y'all are going to be able to balance each other out. And that's the passage through the trial of this whole thing. The understandings and the balancing, not just within themselves, but seeing how doing it with themselves can literally create the connection to be balanced in itself. And it's like the feminine knew that, which is why I feel coming out of a sense of despair, depression in a way. But the masculine, I feel, just couldn't just fall in, couldn't just follow. They wanted to be able to kind of like lead as an example, just like their counterpart. They want to be just, they wanted to work, and they worked extremely fast and hard just to see if they can prove to themselves that they can reach this level. But then there comes a humbleism sense in this, but I feel that's why this masculine energy went through a lot of heavy hitting, like Dark Night of the Soul stuff, to make sure that the humbleism in all of this does stick and stay. Okay, yep. And achieving the impossible, being the impossible, avoiding too much of a shake up to really play things out in a orderly way for it to not cause too much tear down. But I feel some tear down is going to be inevitable, and not to allow that to hold you back. Because this spiritual connection is coming into its balance, and it's just about that, it's about that time for this union to happen. Because we do have a passage through trial. We have this heart-to-heart communication stuff going on here. It's interesting because there's like this connecting, understanding, being able to pull the masculine selves out of their own shadow and understand how to like illuminate themselves with not just wisdom, but with their own sense of light within their depths, really creating themselves to be the candle in the abyss as well. Just like this feminine was able to do for this masculine. She literally kind of allowed herself to be a flame in this masculine's life, no matter the pain that happened, and still kind of kept her own independence, her own power, because she didn't fully give up her power. She gave her power little as much as that felt comfortable, to honor her own power of allowing herself to give love towards that person if that's what she wanted, and not play as in the same play as he did, which maybe and seems like that could possibly have been a lot of the holdback, but that's because of this understanding, hidden knowledge, and everything that is going on to really ground and balance out this connection, not just on the spiritual plane, but to be able to ground it in its reality no matter any kind of outside forces that tries to put walls in between them. Because I feel like there's and seeing in certain videos, there's a lot of things going on that is trying to actually put walls between y'all to show you how true it is and how pure it is, and allowed a lot of this kind of like karmic kind of energy happen just to show y'all you can y'all naturally overcame it all. And there's nothing that could happen in the future that would be able to tear y'all apart, that would cause another Three of Swords. And I feel that's kind of what there's a lot of fear around this with this, because I feel both parties don't want to go through that again. They want something real. They want something that they can trust and rely on. They both, this is Two of Cups energy, but I feel that there's still some energy of trust. But I feel it's rooted in not trusting themselves all the way, with having to constantly ask for confirmations. Like, they're like, I hear them, they're like, stop asking for confirmations, stop going after confirmations, enjoy certain things that you do and love the things that you do, but the confirmations is not giving you trust. It's not rooting trust. The confirmations are just like a security band-aid over your insecurity. And I feel that's why there's this inner transformation that's happening before the union. And that's a sense of being able to come to a homing of trust within yourself and your capabilities, and the fact that you're going to reach the goals you set for yourself, as long as you enjoy also the process. Even if you don't enjoy it, as long as you're taking the footsteps towards it, you're going to create it for yourself in your reality. Now, how you handle going down the journey is what creates and brings in more happiness and joy than to constantly looking for the future, or looking towards the future, instead of paying attention to everything that is now as you walk. The birds that are around you as you're walking down this journey, instead of having a straight focus, that's where I'm going, and walking fast towards it, you're missing all the beauty around you, that when you can just take your time, because you're going to get there when you get there. Going faster sometimes ain't going to make this any better, because then you'll go through another cycle showing you that, this, and this, and this. And then it's like one of the hugest lessons I feel a lot of these twin flames are going through is a sense of trusting in your own direction, knowing you had everything planned and set up before you came here. How everything happens, when everything happens, it's all planned out, and to trust it. And if something is not being played into play just at that time, or it changes or something, know that is happening for your best interests, because you didn't create. It's trusting that you created your path when you came here to experience certain things, to level up your soul. Trust that, and that you wrote that there, and because you wanted to learn something there. And so when you trust that and you walk in it, knowing that, with that in your conscious, you literally kind of slow down and you look at things. Okay, there's something here that I need. There's something maybe behind that tree, like an Easter egg hunt sometimes. It's interesting. Some of the weirdest things that I get from like pagan understandings, it's like it falls in like the cycle of the universal flow with things and the Fibonacci sequence within everything. Um, and your journey, your path, and the chemical makeup and buildings and growth that you're doing with yourself. It's a lot. It's a big web of like, or even like the willow tree and the rippling out effect. It took that willow tree to be alive for it to happen put to do something an action for a reaction. So that's what I feel is happening behind the scenes of both of you. There was a lot of actions happening for reactions to create this growth in consciousness and understandings and hidden knowledge when it comes to your path. Being able to spiritually really connect. Oh my gosh, there's communication coming, y'all. Oh my gosh, sudden shock of okay. I can't tell you how many times before I even start this video, I always sit here with myself and my own energy. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Play, 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 shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Play, 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 shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Play, play, play out. Okay, so I do that maybe sometimes anywhere from 10 to 20 times. And when out of 10 to 20 times, I see 3 or 4 cards popping out just about every freaking time. Yeah, I'm going to listen to it. And then it comes out in the reading. I'm just going to talk about it. So, this hidden message, this hidden knowledge, I feel is going to come out for the both of y'all. Both of y'all, there's going to be some kind of action that's going to create this reaction of communication, sudden shock of events, clear heart to heart knowings, releasings, giving. It's just there's this energy of this giving of information, giving of understandings, actually, and a thank you, because I feel like this masculine wants you to know, feminines, that if it wasn't for what you did, no matter what they did or put you through in their unhealed self, if it wasn't for what you did, they would have never woke up. They would have settled because they wouldn't understand the fact that they were settling. They wouldn't understand the fact that there is more than what they were settling for. They wouldn't have seen someone literally have faith and trust into creating and not settling, into knowing they can make their wishes come true, and going through hell to high water, making it come true. So I personally feel like, feminines, if it wasn't for your heart and passion to create your wishes and dreams to come true, you wouldn't have woken up so many people you woke up to do that for themselves. And like, I feel and hear a really, really, really strong thank you. And if you haven't received communication yet, it's coming. I've seen this energy even for myself for maybe 2 months now, but there still is communication sometimes. May not be seemingly what you think or wanted or what you hoped to be, but there still was, and there still is. There's messages everywhere, and if you listen closely to your heart, you'll hear the messages from that other person in your heart, and it is real. Even though I haven't come into union yet, I can tell you it's real, because I've never, and I've been and really thought, and actually in that time really was, in love with someone, you know, and over time, I don't know, there's something with that person over time that actually changed. I ended up falling for someone else without even understanding why it happened to me. Why in the world am I even? Because it seemed so toxic. It seemed like I was being so wrong toward myself for going after this person. Not only wrong towards myself, but wrong towards that person too. Because they had been in a relationship for 7, 8 years. But I never tried to get with them. I never tried to break anything up. But I wanted to understand spiritually why I was going through this and to then maybe break the tie so that I can have my heart open for someone else. And for some reason, it was so hard. It was so hard to do it. And it was like I had to keep coming to it. I wanted to keep coming to it. And then it got to the point, instead of like expressing and trying to explain myself why I was doing it, I just gave love. Just said, hope you have a good day. Hope this is good. Happy birthday. Oh, I liked this here. This is how I feel about this. Shared some music. This is how my heart feels about this. This is like, just gonna keep expressing until it's gone. And then would listen to readings telling me not to express these things. And then my bottle started just filling until it bust, and I ended up with like 3 passages of messaging this person of everything I held back that I wanted to express to this person. And go through these kind of energies too, constantly, and seeing this, and even seeing these energies and offers and opportunities and stuff like that in readings, and kind of feeling misguided, but at the same time then realizing it wasn't a misguiding. Even though I felt it was from this, for me, it maybe wasn't in love. It was in maybe work or a family member, which is another sense of love, energy of love. Or it was in a different form. It was this energy, but it was in a different form. It wasn't out of actually speak communication. It was different communication. It was certain actions of communication. This spontaneous fire energy. I keep seeing this, but at the same time, it's like it comes and then it goes. It comes and then it goes. So to me, that sounds like a lot of. I can't pause this, so I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, it was the male person. All right, so it's in a different form. And so I realized that, but then it became also still the same energy. So it was like almost like it was working itself to be what you are working for the form to be. And that's where I feel this sudden shock comes in. I feel like you constantly gave this to the other person, because sometimes these energies are literally at play showing me what's happening behind the scenes. And I'm thinking, this is this energy is around me, and it's not. It's actually letting me know, giving me messages of what's happening behind the other person's scene. So sometimes that's happening. If it doesn't fit you, it's probably someone else's energy that is being played out. Maybe your mom, maybe certain other people around you that this energy would be hitting for, It all depends on like what cycle of your journey you're going through, and that, what these readings do is really open your perspective and views of many possibilities, and how your choice in certain things can create different possibilities than you thought were accessible for you. And how literally a perspective shift can open so many doors of different possibilities for you than the direction you are going down. And so the song that comes up in my head is listen to your heart before you tell them goodbye. Or listen to your heart before you tell her goodbye. What does your heart truly want? And if it truly wants the direction you're slowly walking towards and kind of working really hard to build, then that's the direction, and that's what this sudden shock of unexpected events are going to open up. And if you are constantly doing that to them, be ready, because I feel this person is going to constantly give this to you in the most amazing way, because I feel like that's exactly how you gave this energy to them, in the most amazing way, most beautiful way, because this overall energy we have over here after some of this and this is the passage. I just put it on top of passage through trial, triumph through a new level with knowledge and consciousness of like a sense of understanding, a homing with the self. And this is the new trial, sudden shock of events, maybe being able to see this, and instead of it being hidden energy, it's going to be shown. And that's what's going to blend these energies together. You gave this person a lot of hope for the future, for their own future happiness. That they can have happiness. You showed them how to work on these skills. And I feel like they have a heavy heart about it, because they're like, how can I ever repay this? Like, what could I do to even equal the balance of what this person gave me? Like a spiritual awakening, a whole sense of eye-opening knowledge. Appreciation goes a long way. Appreciation goes a long way. If that's how you feel, and you're listening to this and you're like, how can I even go up to them and like express what they did for me? Appreciation truly goes a long way, and that can literally equal out the whole energy, allowing yourself to have this open heart just as much as they did for you, through everything. You will literally handle this relationship completely different than you have ever handled it. You won't be afraid of it. At first, y'all may, but after a while, y'all won't be afraid of it at all, because it'll just click. Your mentalities will just click. Your maturity has clicked in to make it to where y'all just fit. Okay? This is literally achieving the impossible. Y'all knew before this happened that this could have been an impossible thing. But it's like y'all both had faith in each other. You believed in each other. Like, even if the masculine didn't see it how they believed in the feminine then, and it may have seemed differently, they believed in you. And I think that's one of the sudden shocks, is they believed in you, that you're going to be able to help have this happen. And when it really clicks, and actually the irreversible is achieved, that seems the impossible, it's like a whole new world is then vibrationally opened out, that it's not going to seem like an impossible thing to create your wishes to come true. You're going to know that it just takes time and patience. You're both going to know, and you're both going to know there's no obstacle that's going to be able to break you away from each other, because all of the obstacles, all the the people that could have gotten in between y'all has already tried, and you're still looking at each other. You're still sitting here looking at each other. It's just a matter of time when both parties see it, and then the universe is like, okay, that door is open for y'all two now. And I feel that's exactly why I ended up with the masculine unicorn. I swear this unicorn actually looks masculine too, and a feminine unicorn, you know. And this one has a lot of candle wax on it, like a lot of candle wax, because I have them on my altar, like the whole forever person coming together thing. This one only doesn't have very much, just on the wings. The feminine doesn't have very much. I feel the feminine was doing a lot of kind of pulling, creating, kind of cleansing work on the masculine. Because I feel like the feminine felt there was so much kind of breaking the masculine down, that she felt the need and want to like keep him like taken step by step, no matter how small. She just, little and little, it's okay, I am here. I don't know what you're going through, but at the same time, I know you're going through it because I feel it. Just want you to know I'm here, even if you don't say anything, on my end. And then she kind of keeps going on her own journey. And I feel that's why there's not a lot of wax on her. I mean, there's some, but there's not a lot, because it's like she really created this in a sense of for herself, almost like out of nothing. Or even him, if you're in a very feminine, more nurturing like energy, that's what helps, the darker energies kind of heal. So she was naturally always like this. So that's what made it easier. He kind of wasn't. And having that and being able to see it is what allows him to come out of this tar, this gunk. And that's what I feel like, what it looks like the masculine just went through. This gunk, this tar that just kind of was trying to hold his feet and keep him from walking, and he had to stick to his guns. He had to stick to his hoofs and keep going and pull out of it. And personally, to hear this energy, these people right here, keep listening to your heart. Your heart is not lying to you. You have the promise for the future card. Like, promise. Even if it takes some time, because the realizations, and if they're not hit, that's what creates the delays. But the delays are always for your best interest, because there's maybe something that needs to happen to allow this to be more grounded. And that's why it's like, in a way, you're never separate, even if you're on separate journeys right now. The energy of the connection is always tied together. And that's the craftsmanship that's being kind of, in a sense, mastered right here. For when you are together, it's going to be a union of just healing souls and pure trust, because of just knowing. It's not like you're going to have to force yourself to trust. You're just going to trust. You're just going to know that you can trust it. It's not going to feel like you can't trust it. It's going to feel scary, but it's not going to feel like you can't trust it. And I feel like that's what is going to be revealed to you when this starts happening, that literally creates this understanding of freedom, of like exploration, just this feeling of literally being free, whether you're with, around, or even under a title with this person, or with this person, however it is. And that it's like you're going to feel and be that free. That's why you don't have to be afraid. I feel that's one of the biggest reasons why some of them are afraid, because they're afraid they're going to get they're just going to be tied down again. It's all going to freaking happen all over again. And I'm just going to have to go through this craziness of like having to separate everything from everyone. And it just seems like it's just too much of a hassle for something that could possibly go completely wrong. And I feel that's why both of you are literally going to start this with like extreme baby steps before y'all like possibly root solidly into a commitment. So let's see. I'm going to get Sacred Vision cards, and I'm going to get the Wing Enchantment, y'all. So here we go. We're going feminine. Harmony. Dang. Masculine. All right, masculines, y'all have 2. Wow. So you have freedom and giveaway. Freedom and giveaway. Listening to your like complete intuition about things, your gut feeling. Yellow, the gut feeling, in my opinion. And red, harmony. Literally root in that heart, that harmony in the self, the harmony in the connection, the harmony in all of it with freedom, because she already knows she's free. Even when she has a heart that's since held space for the specific person, she knows she is free. She has committed to the fact that no matter what happens with this, she's free. She can do whatever it is she wants to do. She can decide whatever it is she wants to decide, but in a harmonizing way, in a way with love. And that's what I feel the feminine is really, and being able to observe. Gosh, I'm going to do it for the feminine. And there's red. So it's like red, and then it's like yellow. You just saw, I just literally pulled this out from the bottom of the deck just because in power, that's going to be for the connection. And I want one more. Serenity. Oh my God. And that's wild. The power to stand in the connection and to stand up for the connection, and allowing yourself to fall in the serenity of the connection. The freaking balance. Got a black and a white for the connection, and full on red and rooting and grounding, and just for the feminine. And then gut feeling, listening to your heart, listening to what is being shown to you. that is freedom. Going towards what your heart truly wants, your desires to express, maybe your desires to be around different people or to be around whoever it is you want to be around. That freedom, giving yourself that freedom instead of being under old programming, like you don't have that freedom because of this, you don't have that freedom because of that, you don't have that freedom because of this person. Passage through the new trial. Freedom giveaway. Okay, so how am I going to play this out? I'm going to read the masculine first, and then I'm going to read the feminine, and then the energies in between. I want to do just one of these, please. Guides, ancestors, and oh geez, I'm going to do it for that one. Rooster. Okay, one more. What would be feminine? Oh my goodness. Goose. Number 13. Oh my gosh. Whoa! This is my favorite number. And I'm totally more feminine. So we got 13. We got goose. And then, dude, it's like heart, even though it's more 3 and 1 because harmony came out first. But it's still a 13. I love it. Oh, and Solace, by the way, is card. This card I keep showing y'all is card 13. So there is something about that number for y'all. Okay, now I got to do the connection energy. Okay, what kind of message do we have for the connection energy? Okay, we'll do Swan. Because, okay, for the other one that flipped was the turkey. That's that thankful energy. I already talked about that thankful energy, but we're going to go ahead and do this swan energy because the swan energy is, to me, and what I feel from it is like the blending of both souls. And standing in the connections, not just masculine, feminine, but the connections serenity, the connections power, the connection itself. Both of y'all's, I feel, vision and it's no longer going to be just that person or just that person. It's going to be the connections road. It's the connections. It's coming from two roads and creating it into one. That union and the masculine and feminine that creates that kind of balance in a sense. But I feel also with this being a swan, very watery bird. Wow, this is crazy. Very watery bird. It's a there's a lot of communication, heartfelt communication going on this, whether in the 5D plane right now, then going in, shifting into the inner transformation of this connection, to actual communication, because we have the goose here, number 13, and geese, geese, like kind of migrate in packs, and they're family oriented. They stay with their own. I'm pretty sure, yeah, they stay with their own little groups, but they can be very feisty birds. Like I feel like she fights for things, with what she observes. She fights for the harmony in what she observes, and this masculine's more grounded because it's rooster energy. This is very strong masculine and strong wise feminine over here. And this is like a birth of like the connection being its baby and maturing to from being a baby and maturing into like more of a young adult, because this is a very like older looking woman and this is a kind of like, you know, young adult like woman, and this is a very older but not as old kind of masculine, but then at the same time it's like it's got the wisdom, like the eye. This is the second card that has like that Odin eye, you know? So there's a deeper, older hidden wisdom, I feel, when it comes to this. Even though it looks not as old, there's something hidden in this person's sense of power in themselves that I feel was broken, and it is being kind of like crafted. I mean, look at all this yellow. Holy cow. Of the heart and of the emotion, because you have green, the yellow that goes into the green, and then blue and purple. So it's almost like looks a little bit like there's water over here. So of the emotions, of the heart, really listening to the intuition that is triggering the heart and the emotions. No longer giving things away for the betterment of other people. That's what I feel with that. Allowing yourself to receive your own sense of freedom as a brother to the hawk. Because if you break it, you buy it. And I don't know if that helped in any sort of something. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and read these because we are already at an hour. But I enjoy hour readings. I don't know about y'all. I enjoy hour readings because it's fun. It's like, it's interesting. I literally will hit, like, because I listen to Fairy Moon Tarot. Or, yeah, Fairy Moon Messages or something like that. Fairy Moon. I listen to her, and sometimes her readings are an hour, but it's like, it's almost like my sense of a daily weather type thing. Like, instead of watching the weather, I watch her as she tells me about the energies of maybe possibly what's going around me, you know, exactly how to express it with y'all and how to really interpret it with yourself and not get caught up into something that can, an idea from a reading that of a suggestion from a reading that can mislead you. Okay, that's allowing yourself in a sense of misleadingment. It's not that the reading or the reader or the cards misled you. It's like you kind of took it in a different direction. You kind of misled yourself with not taking this general, because the more you generalize this, the more you can see specific energies from the general and which direction they're coming from, because all of this can resonate with everyone as a past, or it's a present, or it will resonate as a future later on and you'll see it. So this can resonate with anyone and everyone who watches this, as long as you don't get tied down to a specific thought and build up of what you think will happen. All it is like, what helps with this is to sit back, enjoy the ride, and watch where it's all coming from. Observe. Yes. Observe the feminine. Observing and seeing the harmony and seeing how to create the harmony within any of it, all of it, any direction or situation you have in your life. Okay, so I'm going to do, you know what, feminines? Masculines have been going through some heavy stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and run through masculines, all three. I'm going to run through feminines, and then I'm going to run through the connecting energies for the both of y'all, okay? All right, here we go. After I get some water. Trying to catch a gnat. Okay. So, oh, nope, I'm doing masculines first. All right, masculine. This is freedom. Brother to hawk. Passions are many and varied. This is how we define ourselves. Even those unattached to worldly possessions possess knowledge. Attaching to ideas, experience, a name. Does a man with a feather possess the imbued spirit of the bird, or does the bird now hold the man captive with the man's desire to obtain knowledge? In truth, they are both possessed by the whole, the spiritual and the rainbow containing all of life. The me dissolves into relationship. To be, to exist, is to be related. The true self is one of infinity. You ask, why was I born? And your life becomes a search for treasures. But the greatest freedom one comes with the search for truth. Okay. But the greatest freedom comes with the search for truth, the true self. To find true fulfillment and beauty, understand your attachments, own them and accept them. Be proud of your accomplishments, then release them. Freedom comes when your belongings no longer own you. And the giveaway. You break it, you bought it. For every action you take, there is a reaction, a cost, reaction, a cost that must be measured with the balance and replacement, with a balance and a replacement. Where your world is concerned, the action must measure the fragility of the item and the realization that there is only one, unique and irreplaceable. When you're young, we often go to the big pawn shops in the sky and we trade something priceless for what we think we want. Years later, it's common to go back when we're in desperately in need of what we gave away to see if we can get it back. But it was sold long ago and forever. We lose family, talents, loves, and ideas in this great exchange. We don't think about how selling out eventually breaks us into pieces. On the other hand, if what you sold could be redeemed, who would be the redeemer? And if the cost is a broken you, is the redemption a restored you? Is it possible that you've been whole all along but lacked the loving eyes to see it? Number 30, Rooster. I am Rooster, the rising sun and the break of day. I am vitality and I am sexuality. I am the internal matrix of fertility. I am the time to act and the need to use force in creation. I am fire and momentum. While the feminine nurtures all things created, I am the force that shapes the created. I will give it, I will guide it, I will give it life, and I will mold its most useful form into place. Now is not the time to tend to worn out things, but to light the fire of new life. While you can acknowledge those times of stillness and acceptance, I assure you this is not that time. I am the created, wielding the power of seed and continuity. I am the domain of reproductive potency. Unleash potential and start making things happen. I will give you the new dawn you seek. You are eternal potency. You are conception. You are dawn's triumphant herald. You are Rooster. All right. And now the feminine. Harmony, music, through creation. Sound such as the Big Bang is simply the movement of air, equivalent to breathing, an act of giving life, creation, a handmade flute, a rattle with crystals, a sacred pipe and drum, nature's voice expressed through human instruments. Music rings the bells in your heart. It opens you to movement and joy. You are in transformation through creativity. Find the secret of meditation and inner harmony by being in an alert stillness. An alert stillness. And then you have observe after that. Isn't that interesting? Border Patrol. I am great teaching. My bad. A great teaching is in watching your mind process and do nothing at all. A great teaching is in watching your mind process and do nothing at all. Be a stalker of the mind. Watch thoughts passing by with no judgment or moral concept. I was talking about that actually. The knack of meditation and the rest of the warrior spirit is to simply watch. For example, to observe this painting, feel the tone of colors, experience the passion behind the ancient symbols, and move into the spiritual from which it was created. Sense the movement of air from the hummingbird's wings and the impeccability of its nature. Okay, in the impeccability of its nature. He is a great warrior beyond compare. As are you. Hummingbirds are extremely territorial, passionately defending their airspace. Medicine bundles are symbols reminding the owner of proper thought and action. As guardians of our own airspace, we too must exude the passion, grace, and beauty of the hummingbird. That's the one that was talking about the hummingbird. Oh, it actually has a hummingbird on the back. That's cool. I really like this hummingbird. This card is pretty cool. I don't read that one actually very often. Feminines, by the way. That one doesn't come out very often. Giveaway comes out a lot. Giveaway seems to come out a lot. Freedom, every now and then. Serenity, about a month ago coming out. And it was a lot with serenity within the self and who you are uniquely. Okay, number 13, Goose. I am Goose, the guardian of the journey. I am the soul who travels. I am the quest within. I am the greatest story ever told. You have been avoiding the unknown roads ahead in favor of the old and familiar. You are indecisive, or you are coming into deciding with yourself. It may be time to seek warmer pastures, as I am the call to a great life-altering journey. Feminines, you're really about to oh wow, you're in a sense of peace. Like the peace or the pause before the action or like the change, the pause before the change. So you're at the pause before the change. Just keep sitting in your own harmony and observe and watch as things really start to unfold and shift and change for you. Because it's all already happened behind the scenes and now it's starting to happen before your own face. Every great tale starts here. Every hero heeds a call. I may inspire a road trip or open your eyes to those open wide spaces on the other side of the fence. Rest assured that no matter where I lead you, you will never return home the same. I stir the heart and make it restless. I push you from comfort and wake up your senses. You will traverse those far off places as I lead your spirit onward. You are the quest. You are searching for the new. You are the adventurous hero. You are Goose. You are Goose. Yeah. Keep wanting to say grouse, and grouse is the next one. Okay, I'm going to read grouse for y'all because I kept wanting to say grouse. I am grouse, the dancer of sacred dances. I am the spiral of life. I am the vortex of energy. I am the personal power that spins your reality. I am what you create through movement. I am the shaman's ally and the portal of the spirits. I am entrance and the ability to entrance. It's time to let go and release your storehouse of energy. Send it up and outward. Let it move through every part of your being. I am earth magic. I am ceremony. I am the heart of the medicine man. You have been drowned out by the material and the mundane. You have loosened your etheric ties. Step into a little personal ritual and wake up the gods. Wear a headdress, bang the drums, summon the ancients. Great things are awakened with movement. You are the power of instinct. You are reverberation. You are the energy of dance. You are grouse. So, as I feel with that, why I felt pulled to do that is as you're sitting in your own harmony, and observing and in your sense of possibly pause before the change, it's like wake up in a sense the energies and the spirits around you as the change comes in. It's like wake up the sense of energy. It's like your ancestors, and because of all this change coming in, it's like readying your own energy and your own emotions, and it's like going to really pull that doorway open stronger, I feel, especially with really like pulling yourself into that. Okay, so now we're going to do the energy of the connection. So the connection we have number 10, power, butterfly, dreaming. You are a spirit warrior who sings your song line, your agreement to live. From the moment of your birth into the restrictive physical world, you must call upon the mysterious language of intuition to remember the world from which you came, the world of your dreams and spiritual relationships. It is from here that you feel your true power, as the spirits of all living beings must find their physical home. So must your songline be given its everlasting home with your heart, as the butterfly must have the world of awareness in one wing and the dream world in the other to fly. She must also have the connection between them to live, the heart. No matter how turbulent or challenging your life may be, no one can ever take your songline from its home. I feel no matter how challenging this connection maybe can be, there's no one that can take that other person out of your heart, because yeah. This connection is a spirit. It's like a warrior energy in itself. Like that's really what this connection is. And then you have serenity, number 15. In the light, you overflow with love. You carry the sacred arrows that teach you about the clouds so full of water that the rain comes like droplets of wisdom into your sea of consciousness, and you begin to learn. The sacred flute carries your prayers of love and all the symbols of treasured people and dreams reflected upon you with the light of the great sun. You are a sacred lover full of fragrance, and the wind comes to spread your perfume across the land. You stand before the universe in a state of grace. Name your darkness, that sad quality that you have held, and as you call it by name, feel it begin to disappear. You hold on to your faith the same way that you grip your arrows of destiny. You are not meant to live in darkness, but in the light of your own integrity. Move with Move with the flow of life and let go of any sadness from your earlier years. Be serene and at ease as the light begins to define you. You know, I actually described my connection with someone as serene. That's so funny. Because I totally did, and it didn't even click or dawn on me until like I'm like at the end of reading it, and I'm like, I described my connection with someone as serene, actually. Very serene. I felt very serene around this person. So that's funny because that is literally the card of the connection. That's crazy. All right, 35. Sometimes this stuff blows my own mind, and I'm just like, why do I stop? I get it. I know. I go through my own healings. Oh my gosh, and Turkey is right after Swan. And Turkey came out too. With Swan. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to have to read Turkey too. I am Swan, the poet and the muse. I am strength and beauty. I am the fortitude of love and the undying inspiration of the soul. I am great symphonies and priceless art. I am the harmony of an expressive way of life. You need to soften the harshness of your world and allow sweeter tides to flow in. I am the ideal of aesthetic accomplishment and will call forth the finest creations from the human soul. This is your time to let go. This is your time to let the good life unfold. Let the music play, allow the books to pile up, savor each brushstroke of your next fantastic whim. I am a peaceful escape when the world piles up on you. I will reflect your inner elegance for you to see. There are dark corners that need light. There is a shadow that needs refinement. There are creative impulses yearning for fruition. You are ordering the chaos. You are heightening the senses. You are unfolding grace, and you are Swan. I am Turkey, the giveaway bird. I am gratitude. I am nourishment. I am the sacrifice of the soul. I am metrodome and the reason we hold fast to our beliefs. I am platitude and harvest. I am the path of service and humility. I relinquish the ego. I renounce the self. I am the benefit of the greater good. You are being asked to serve a purpose. You are being guided to put something else first. Without empathy, we do not evolve. I am the life of charity. I am the life of charity, and I am the bounty that can be shared with others. Look around to see who needs you. Your own needs may have to wait for a while. I am the spiritual of living honorably, or I am the energy of living honorably. I like that. There is quiet dignity. Yeah, there is quite dignity or quiet. There, Quiet. I think that's quiet. Is quiet dignity or quiet dignity and servitude, whichever. You are a vessel for greater good. You are compassion. You are giving of yourself, and you are Turkey. That is also the energies of the energy of the connection that wanted to come out because it just happened to be there, and it just happened to be the next one, and then I'm just like, okay. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I am Oracle Unicorn. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like. It helps the videos to cycle through and be seen by more people because you like the content. And if you wouldn't mind, and if you subscribe and hit the bell, That greatly helps to improve the channel, and you'll receive notifications of every time I go live. So that's for the bell. Subscribing greatly helps to really improve the channel. So subscribing definitely is one of those things that why a lot of people really like talk about, or like constantly. Yeah, I'm just gonna say talk about. And what else? I do personal readings. The information for that is below. What else? Oh, and if you would like to donate to the channel as well, and yeah, if you'd like to donate the channel, help with the cards thing, because I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I really don't have too much income to get new cards. But when I do get new cards here and there. I have a Totoro deck coming, and I have a Sailor Moon deck coming. Sailor Moon is like a twin flame deck, so Sailor Moon won't be here until around December 5th, and then that's when I'll really be pulling in some twin flame energies with the Sailor Moon deck. And the Totoro deck is an Oracle deck, so I really love Oracle decks. So I'm probably going to play with the Totoro a lot with my Fae deck. So I'm going to also do videos of opening the Totoro deck and opening the Sailor Moon deck. And I'll probably do that on YouTube, actually, because if my followers would like to, donate and donate a deck for the channel, I want to actually open these decks in front of y'all and show y'all a little bit of the deck, instead of constantly having, or instead of like always having, I don't know. You'll maybe certain energies are always in play. So I want to flare out and really show the deck, because certain energies that are always in play, you're not going to see other cards nearly as much as you'll see other specific cards, because the energies that are in play. So that's why I'm going to make separate and specific videos when it comes to opening cards, because I want to flare them out and really like, hey, these are pretty cool. Like, look at this energy. This is interesting. This is like a pretty cool energy card. This looks like to me this, and this. And, look at this is a really pretty card. I want to definitely like, really, especially those cards, that the ones that I like, or get donated and stuff like that. So that's what I'm gonna do with that, especially with my new cards that come in. I have another deck I'm waiting to be able to get. It's actually someone that is on Facebook, and he kind of does his own art. It's the Woven by Steve. I don't even remember the whole name of that deck. Woven something. I have it written down. I don't have it written down. I have the guy's name written down. No, all I have is Steve's deck written down. Okay. It's also like a Fae deck. It's Woven something. Woven Woods or something like, no. Woven Hands. I think it's Woven Hand. It's Woven something, and his name is Steve on Facebook, by the way. And he draws, it's his own work. And he draws a lot of like the Fae energies and stuff like that, like the Brian Froud does. And they're really, really beautiful and really, really amazing. And they're not just Faes too. There's other ones. I think like there's some goddess ones I've seen, and actually a lot of goddesses ones that I've seen. And that's a really amazing deck. And tomorrow I will definitely have ready the name of that deck, and because I thought I wrote down of all the decks that I wanted, the name of that deck, and the illustrator. I'm gonna write down the illustrator's name too for all of that. But I'm doing it too, and I have information down at the bottom for like, if you would like one of my decks. And I'm still working on like getting like $20 because I'm gonna sell them for 25 because I have to. They're $20 to for the people to make it and then mail it to me per deck. So I'm going to be selling them for $25, the decks that I make. And for the information and to order that will be below. Once I get mine, that's when I'll really be advertising a lot of it. There's going to be a lot of my artwork in this deck. There's some certain pictures that I've taken for this specific deck. I'm going to have a nature deck of a lot of pictures that I've taken when I was out in nature. And there's times where I was kayaking. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to have a nature deck. And so I have a link down there to, whatever donations is put towards those decks. However much donation you have towards it is how much I'm actually going to get with you and give back. Because if you can only donate like $10 or whatnot, I'll give you some cards. I'll just give you some cards that I've had that that I had come in and make. Like I'll give you like individual ones that you can put with a different deck or something. And I want to make it easier like that. And so that's of everything that is in the description below. My Facebook information is in the description below because I do the zodiacs over there. So yeah, thank you so much for listening to all of that. Greatly appreciated. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. Unicorn out. Goodbye.